Andy, you sent over. Let's move into the Dennis Miller portion of the day. You sent over to us a video, and this is a throwback Friday.
It's a bonus video too. You normally, if you wouldn't have gotten this a few years ago when people still watched Dennis Miller, now it's free.
Now it's free because they've released the archives. This is from 2012, apparently as part of. I don't know what it was a part of. I mean, what news talk radio?
It's a bonus.
Okay. When he had his radio show,
radio show, exactly.
He had the bathrobe sessions, and this is bathrobe session number 201. And where is it? Scroll down a little bit. This is where he's in a bathrobe in front of a a big green screen with Easter eggs, and it's DennisMillerRadio.com.
Right, the bathrobe is the funniest part of what he's doing, and it's not funny.
All right, so this is a lot of people say, oh, he just became horribly unfunny in 2016 when he became when he got demoralized because of Trump. But we can dial this back even earlier. Here's 2012.
Hope he's depressed.
Stacy from Oakland, California. Did you happen to see the movie Game Change?
Oh my God. He didn't even want a microphone.
Game Change, the book I read, and if they had chosen to reveal the soft underbelly of both campaigns like they did in the book, I would have been prone to watch it more. But once I found out that they had, it was just sort of a trash Palin and Palin's, I've met Palin, I've talked to Palin. I know Palin not to be somebody who has to think to stand upright. So that whole caricature doesn't work for me. I like Julianne. I've met her. She's a sweet lady. And I'm sure she, probably doesn't like Palin. I don't quite know what her stance on that is, but she played her as the director and the writer told her. And I'm sure it wasn't a great look at Palin, but Palin's not stupid. I'm sorry. I know everybody's going to... I know I have to get in the club, say, Palin's stupid. She's not.
Wow, that pause it for 1 second. That is
already. I said before we played. I said I hope he's depressed enough. And Jesus Christ,
he's super depressed.
That is working.
I'm sorry. What club? What club is? Oh, the club where you just assess the way that what reality looks like.
Sentient human club with basic observational abilities. Yes.
He's in his non-sound deadened basement. With a big Easter eggs behind him going like, I guess I'm not in the club.
Well, I watched Game Change.
These are the saddest and most entertaining videos I've ever seen.
Right,
I watched Game Change. I guess it was the soft underbelly of both.
It certainly has its slant while trying really hard to be somewhat relevant and grasp the whole time to vet Sarah Palin's intelligence. All right. So when can we see a
nice reading, Dennis? Good read.
Or even make a movie about the life and times of Nancy Pelosi just to add balance?
Just add what?
Well,
balance. There's got to be balance in film projects.
I get
Pelosi. I don't even think she's that. I don't think she's smart, but I don't think she's dumb. But I do think she's mean, and I do think she's nasty, and I do think she's a phony. So I would. Yeah,
you think Sarah Palin is smart? What do you know?
Pause it for 1 second. I mean, do you want to bet that those are the exact identical adjectives that he describes every Democratic female politician, including Hillary Clinton? Mean,
because
nasty,
he knows nothing about what he's actually talking about. He has no knowledge of, and he's almost like Trump with a better vocabulary.
Let's keep going.
I'm gonna slip my wrist. Can't laugh.
I don't think either one of them are all that. Pelosi, I would say, is dumber. Have you ever heard Pelosi talk about policy? I know they're going to say, but Katie Couric got to admit she doesn't. I don't care if she reads the newspaper. I just don't care. I think she does, as a matter of fact. And maybe it's like me. She reads USA Today because she likes pie charts. I don't know. But I don't read the New York Times. And
that's from the Act. Straight from the
New York
Act.
Times to me is it's like the Auto Trader. I believe the Auto Trader more than I believe the New York Times. So if she doesn't want to spend any time on that bullshit publication, that's fine with me. That doesn't make her dumb.
How come you don't use recycler as a reference? The recycler.
Do I think she's Madame Curie? No. Do I think anybody's Madame Curie except Madame Curie? No.
By definition.
Madame Curie was probably not even Madame Curie. Yeah.
He's laughing. This is the most.
Who's that dude? Wait, pause it. Hold on 1 second. Wait a second. There's somebody else in the room?
Yes, but they're
why? What are they
people.
doing? Like, he's got a locked off camera. He's barely on mic. What is the other person doing in there?
He hired the guy who laughed at Tom Snyder, is who he hired for.
Probably the exact same guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
New York Times to me is it's like the auto trader. I believe the auto trader more than I believe the New York Times. So if she doesn't want to spend any time on that bullshit publication, that's fine with me. That doesn't make her dumb or the end of the world. But do I think she's Madame Curie? No.
No.
Do I think anybody's Madame Curie except Madame Curie? No.
No.
I think Madame Curie was probably not even Madame Curie. Yeah.
Hey, if you were having this conversation in real life, you would.
The guy who they have in there now is supposed to be the smartest cat. How's that working for you? How's smart playing? I don't need smart. I need common sense. And in the common sense,
there he goes.
That last thing he does at his own material is so disgusting.
I'm glad someone's amused.
Hey.
I know he's like laugh talks.
Let's do it again.
Hey, Andy.
We got to get through this whole thing.
What's the best piece of tail you've ever had besides your wife?
And in the common sense area, Palin has a lot more common sense than the smart guy who's in there right now.
Palin has a lot more common
samples
sense.
of the bathroom session.
Oh my God!
A weekly video available only to members of the DMZ, the Dennis Miller Zone, on DennisMillerRadio.com.
What?
He can't even pitch it. He
Wait a
sounds depressed
second.
when he's pitching.
Wait a second. The Dennis Miller Zone? It's a complete
DMZ.
rip-off
That's his. That's his catchphrase.
Of who?
Of the No Spin Zone.
Right.
Jeez.
Oh, I bet they had a big fight
He's so
about
bad.
that.
I think he treats Bill so badly.
Until he did that smug little laugh, it was almost too depressing to be funny. So I'm really glad he did that, because now I can have fun with it again.
All right. So people are always ask, like, why are you so obsessed with Dennis Miller?
People are bad.
And I think it's because I was scarred in the early aughts. Andy, do you remember this? Dennis Miller, in the early aughts, in the run-up to the war in Iraq and in the wake of the beginning of the occupation and invasion, Dennis Miller was a conservative hero, icon, intellectual pillar. For those who do not believe me, I am holding in my hand now a Dennis Miller action figure. There was about a half dozen of these that were made. Ann Coulter, Dennis Miller, then Rumsfeld, Cheney, Bush, and Bush Sr. That's it.
What year was this?
This is 2003,
probably, right?
Well, two, somewhere around there. And then here are the recordings. No, this must have been 2003, because it actually involves, we got to cycle through all of these, because it actually involves him talking about, well, I'm not going to ruin it.
The only way we were going to get the French to go into Iraq is to tell them we thought there were truffles in there.
Oh, someone buy that for me.
We're going to go into Iraq and the truffle. You wonder why he's depressed? Because there's a doll out there that has a recording of him saying that.
That is the high water mark of his life, Sam.
Oh, please, I need more.
Oh, he did that noise, right?
Hey, Cho-Cho-san, enough with the deep shiatsu. Hit the button and back away.
See, that's
no homo.
It sounds like that's not even him. I bet that's not even him.
No, it's him.
Periodically, you need a show of force against your enemy, because it works. Anybody seen Gaddafi lately? Of course not. This guy's now
Yeah, that worked out really good,
of the
Miller.
Middle East.
Libya worked out like a dream.
No, this is way before Libya.
This is
in fact, I'm sorry. He's such a fucking moron that this makes me be like a total, like, I have to be a foreign policy nerd for a second. At this time, when Gaddafi's not giving people any trouble, is actually because, unlike all these other places, they chose to cooperate diplomatically with Gaddafi.
Yes.
And he voluntarily dismantled his weapons program and also fed Libyans into their international torture system. So, yeah, things were cool with Gaddafi. And they had oil deals.
Now, I hear some in the pro-choice movement decrying our use of preemptive warfare against terrorism. Hey, if it helps you get your head around it, don't think of it as warfare. Think of it as us choosing to abort terrorists.
Oh my God!
Right?
I can't even understand what that was. What
I
that
think,
joke was.
I have an unconventional opinion here. I think his recent material is a lot stronger.
I got
You're. n-
I'll tell you what.
You're a
I'll explain it to you. Ready? Column A, column B.
Bay.
Draw a line. Bingo. Ba ba ba.
Star Trek.
Terrorism,
Pelosi
abortion.
is like Madame Curie. Reference one.
Star Trek.
During the French
abortion.
Revolution.
Kill Arabs. The French are pussies.
Here
Bop,
we
bop.
The world should remember that the United States does have a long fuse, but at the end of the day, it is connected to a big friggin' bomb.
Oh my God!
Wow.
He will never live this down. This is how he will be remembered. I will put this in his grave with him.
If he is remembered.
Here we go. Wait a
I
second.
mean, if he was ever remembered, this is the kind of thing they would remember.
Hey, what's going on back there?
Oh, that's me
that's
pressing his button.
that's you testing.
You
you're
throw in-
touching the butt
you
part
gotta
or
throw,
something.
You got to no. It just cycles through. I
Oh,
mean,
I see.
they got to have some really fun ones, and then some ones that are just sort of decrepit
That is like the Bush era. It's like, hey, homos. No, but seriously, we need to kill millions of people in the Middle East.
Hey, quit bringing up our forefathers and saying they were civil libertarians. Our founding fathers would have never tolerated any of this crap. For God's sakes, they were blowing people's heads off because they put a tax on their breakfast beverage. And it wasn't even
Breakfast
coffee.
beverage is the funny word there. Breakfast beverage.
That is-
Excuse me, Chacho. I don't think I need a tax on my chamomile chai thai laka.
I think we know what his breakfast beverage is.
Here he is,
Yeah.
though. But here he's saying this is him justifying all the spying
Right.
that was going on under the Bush administration that was illicit. I mean, we still have that same spying, and just sadly, Obama brought it into
Brought it to the light and formalized it.
formalized.
Fuck
It. But the idea, so he both gets like what was currently going on incorrect, and also what the Tea Party was about.
I'd like you to feel rest assured that your indefinite detention in Guantanamo now is legally codified.
Perfectly legal.
Perfectly legal.
Sounds good to me.
Why is the sound so bad? Why is the sound on the doll bad? Because it's a doll? I don't understand that. Can't you make the sound
Maybe it's coming
sound
out
good?
the back. Hold on.
Who are you going to rely on now? The UN? Last time I was in New York, I took the United Nations tour. Even the guidebook is spineless.
It's violent. It's like a soft cover book.
Wow.
You mean like the UN, like those, like Hans Blix and the other inspectors who were in
Yeah,
Iraq
yes,
and said there
exactly.
was no
Yeah.
weapons and they were right?
Hey, I can
Yeah,
tell
like
from
those
Malibu
guys.
there's no weapons there. Bah, bah, bah.
Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
I would
That's
say,
his catchphrase,
yeah,
right?
that's his
good for you.
catchphrase. And
That was his catchphrase.
it turns out, yes, you
is
were
he-
horribly wrong.
So is he this depressed now because on some microscopic level he gets that he was wrong and part of this just grotesque period in American life, or he's just depressed?
I
'cause
think
he's
it's
donezo?
got to be part of that, or part of like why he also went there was because of his depression. But hold on.
Guess what, folks? That's the news, and I am out of here.
See, they wanted him to do a couple more, and he's like, "No, I'm done. Just pull it from Saturday Night Live."
I wish Saturday Night Live had sued him for that doll.
Time you
You
found
can't
the
use
button,
our
Zipperhead.
weekend update.
He just said, "About time you found the button, Zipperhead." Let's hear a couple more. Wait a second.
Now, I don't want to get off on a rant here.
Oh, that's also a catchphrase.
All right, well, thank you.
That counts as a joke.
Let's see if we got any more. Yeah.
Hey, what if those crop circles are just ads for Target?
Because the thing looks similar.
Yeah.
You'd like to go on eye
Because
for
they
an
have
eye
a target.
and tooth for a tooth with terrorists, but every time I see them on TV, all the teeth are rotted out of
Boom.
their heads, or else they've lost an eye because they saw a chick's ankle somewhere along the way.
You know, actually,
Was he
I mean, like
Always
flying
like this?
around the chick's ankle? I don't
Osama
get
bin
that.
Laden actually had a lot of chicks, dude. Just again, in the interest of historical accuracy, that guy.
Bah, bah, bah. All right, let's see if we got one more on it.
Probably
Let's see if we
saw
get
more ankles than Miller.
Hey, what's the best chick's ankle you ever had?
You know, other than the bombs they strap to their chest, I have absolutely no idea what makes the Palestinians tick.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. What,
That-
you
that
quarrel
joke
with people
inspired
who
Sam
have no
Harris's
home to
career.
live in?
God. Was
Right?
he always like this? I just remember him being like a relatively mainstream comedian when I was a kid.
9/11 made some people go insane. I mean, honestly, that's I don't know what else to tell you. That's and that's part of it, and it could be a combination of 9/11 and some opportunities drying up on the entertainment side. Here, let's see what we got.
Well, everybody says he was a horrible person. I heard this is the first thing I heard when I started stand-up. They handed me a brochure. It said, if you ever meet Dennis Miller, he's a horrible human being. So he's always been a nasty person. So I think he just added the politics. Who knows?
How can I monetize that?
Ba,
ba, ba.
Yeah, that's it, Chuck. You found the button, vertebrae 4. Now press it and move away from the doll. What are you, a chiropractor?
He's Rickles now. That's his Rickles part.
That's not
Hey,
Rickles.
you know Kim Jong-il in North Korea must be a bad guy, because you usually don't get to lead up a country when you look that freaky. What's with the hair? He's like a Chia dictator.
Oh my God!
That's super
Can you
ironic.
imagine
For
actually recording that and putting it in a doll?
Could you actually imagine the Chinese sweatshop laborer that had to do it? That's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I always go to.
Saddest thing I ever heard.
Oh, I think there might
How
be
do you know
one
when
more.
it didn't? How do you know when you didn't construct it properly?
Because the
How
jokes
could
are
you
funny.
tell?
You know, the French might as well gas up the dinghy and go fishing with Fredo, because they are dead to me.
He's talking about the French, that they should go.
Yeah, you should
fire
totally.
up the ding.
You should Fredo the French, Dennis. Totally, that's good
I'm
stuff.
going to shoot. Sacre bleu! He's taking us out to the boat. He's taking the entire country out to the boat.
The unfunny comedian is going to pretend to give us a fishing lesson in the country and kill all of us.
Oh my God! Sacre bleu! God.
Isn't that he's talking about World War II stuff though? Isn't
No,
it?
no.
And the
This
Vichy
is-
government.
No. This was a function.
I know, because they didn't support the second
Freedom fries.
invasion.
This is all freedom fry stuff.
It's just unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's not unbelievable.
It's
Joyful.
It's sad. I feel like the proper punishment for Dennis Miller is to be in a room surrounded by hundreds of these dolls.
That should be his
And
no
so it's
exit.
just like there should be a machine that just goes around and just bing, 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 and they just are surrounded by all of these. And just,
That should be his no exit.
yeah,
I think he might
exactly.
like that, actually.
I think at one point
Like,
it would
look,
drive
he's,
him.
he's wearing clothes. He's having the time of his life in that doll form.
No,
That's
he'll
true.
be in a bathrobe in the room though.
That's the best part, is the name of the series, because that really, you know what I mean? Get it? He's not dressed. He's not in a suit for this, folks. He's just in his bathrobe.
And then Bill O'Reilly loses his gig, and then boom, I can't even walk out of my
Love
my
the
underwear.
O'Reilly
God.
stuff. I love when Bill is just like, seriously, you could have
Good.
punched it up a little bit more.
I wonder if we can put in a request to, I mean, because we can't keep going backwards. We need to go forwards with Dennis Miller.
Well, you've done your field pieces budget. Is your field pieces budget all together?
Wait a
so
second.
I can go to one of those concerts?
Brendan, isn't he going to, isn't he going to be in Montclair?
Yeah, the Wellmont on the 20th.
He's going to be in Montclair, New Jersey on the 20th of January. Are you in? Because I will buy you the ticket. I will buy you the ticket.
Dude,
No, I'll
fuck
buy the
that. We
ticket if he
should all
comes
go.
out here. I mean,
Is there any-
I'm not flying. I am not changing
You're not going
time
to fly to
zone.
the East
You're gonna
Coast
fly
to
to
see
the
him?
What? Is there one on the
I
West
didn't
Coast?
get
Brendan?
any sleep. I'm just so excited about the show.
That would be the most. You could write like a new journalism piece from like the '60s for Rolling Stone about that, like the type of madness that would compel somebody to fly from California to the East Coast to see Dennis.
I feel like
I'm
you
like a
could actually
deadhead. I'm
get
like a deadhead. But
The
for
movie
Dennis
rights to
Miller.
that. Actually.
Yes, there's some type of like it's actually really a deep, dark voyage into the corroded American soul.
This sounds like the
You
kind
know,
of thing.
I woke up one day and I said, I have a van. I'm sorry.
Wait, so where is he going to? Is he going to be on the West Coast?
Yeah, he's in Oxnard.
Oxnard.
In April, and he's
In April.
He's in Reno.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's good.
Oxnard in April.
A little
Will you
far,
go?
But not too far.
Oxnard's
I'll
in
go.
California.
I'll pay
How
for the.
about Cerritos?
I'll pay for
Is he
the. I'll pay
Cerritos?
for a car. I'll pay for a car service right now.
Yes, you gonna go?
No, I'm excited. I'll pay the money myself. I'm already a Patreon member. Let me pick it up.
I'm glad you're excited, because this sounds like the kind of thing that we would all think would be really fun and funny to do, and then
Until
in the
we-
middle of it, we'd be like, "Oh wow, this sucks."
What am I doing here?
Andy sees
I've never
Dennis
seen
as a
him
good
live.
film.
I've never seen him live,
Jamie,
even
if-
when I met him.
If we
Wow.
did it, something like that on the East Coast, we definitely need to. We'll have to. We'll have to.
Well,
We'll have to. 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 We'll have to Drugs.
Pre-game a little
drugs. Lots of pre-gaming on the if there is a majority report trip.
That could be my grand return to gonzo journalism.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't done a gonzo piece in a while. I feel like this might be the
Well, we'll talk about the
psychedelic
Montclair
hell
I
thing.
want to
freak
sit.
out
I want to
that I
sit
need.
in the third row with all of us, and I just want to go bop 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 bop.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't it be great to take mushrooms? Wouldn't
Yes,
that be
exactly.
Oh my
Yes.
God! I think we may have to. Commission this.
We
Yep,
are
it's
all
gonna
part
be-
of the same essence. I am Dennis, and he is I, and bop bop bop.
Actually, ecstasy would be the best drug.
Oh no! I think that would get almost like sad. I think in a way. I feel like you'd have too much sympathy for him. Like, Dennis, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah,
Come
no.
on, bud.
You just have to highlight the utter absurdity of the human tragedy of it all. I
Yeah.
mean, it's going to
We're all
be...
sitting, we're sobbing during the show, right?
Exactly. If we had ecstasy, we'd be crying by the end of it. Like, Dennis, come with us. There's a party we could take you to. You have something left. It's like the end of the first Star Wars movie.
Oh,
The last time I did something like this, I think it was when the National was playing Sorrow a million times in a row at PS1 as some sort of installation. And I took mushrooms and went to that, and it was horrible, but I think it would be still a lot better than the Dennis Miller thing.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm in on
love
Miller.
you mean, now we're going to get in a big fight because I love the National, and you don't like the National? That makes me sad.
I still don't know.
that makes me sad.
Because you were so high. You were so high.
I vacillated wildly between loving it and hating it. They played Sorrow like 100 times in a row. So you got to understand, by the end of it, it was almost like a sculpture.
Miller's doing the same thing in Montclair. He's doing one joke 75
It's
times.
like the holodeck came on a college campus and Obama. And again.
Presented by Matthew Barney.
What's the matter with you guys? The drop your tribbles off at the check-in?
Drop your triples. I can't drop your triples. Hey, Bones.
Oh my
Help me
God.
out, Bones.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Maybe
Yeah, maybe just better play it safe. Just smoke a blunt and pretend that it's
Oh,
great.
God.
Well, Andy,
Do that
yeah,
third
smoke
row.
really good.
we will work
Bop,
on
bop.
this. There's a lot of promise for 2018. Oxnard
Beautiful.
awaits. Oxnard awaits. Andy Kindler. Andy, where can people see you next?
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up. I have my own podcast now. It is called Thought_Spiral.
I've heard
And me and my
very
friend
good things about
Josh
it.
Very
Elvis
funny.
Weinstein. No guests, just me and him.
And,
Yakking like two Jews.
and I hear it is becoming huge.
Exactly. I didn't write that line for you.
It's a very funny show.
Yes, believe me, I know. Believe me.
Did you ever remember that commercial years ago that who played Magnum PI? What's that guy's name?
Tom Selleck.
He used to do a commercial for the National Review, and at one point he would say, "It's a very funny magazine." I couldn't get that out of my head
We
for
need to
years.
get that.
It's a very funny magazine.
Andy Kindler.
Andy, what's the best
I
piece
love
of
you
tail
guys.
you've had?
Thank you so
besides
much,
your
Andy.
leg?
I love you too. You are
Happy New Year. You're the greatest.
You're the greatest.
Nice to say you said I'm like a...
You're
Love
great.
you, Andy.
You're a great piece of tail. Bye bye.
Andy's a tremendous
Andy
piece of
Kindler,
tail.
ladies and gentlemen. Andy Kindler. Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos